morning. Welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, November 28, 2016. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Lloyd's of London will present its Brexit contingency plans to the franchise board and to the Lloyd's Council in December. That would be next week. The presentation will be made public in the first quarter of 2017. The Director of Global Markets, Vincent Vandenhall, said that by December they're going to have a clearer view on whether they will recommend a single insurance company or whether we would rather go for a branch solution. The branch solution, of course, depends upon which European jurisdiction or jurisdictions, plural, Lloyd's believes it would be best to establish an insurance company in. Vandenhall said that they had only said that they had looked at all the jurisdictions. He was not drawn into indicating which ones they would select. Vandenhall also acknowledged the legal challenge to the UK government created uncertainty as to the timeline for triggering Article 50. He said that he believed that the Court of Appeals, which is expected to rule next week, will agree with the findings of the Supreme Court in the UK, which mandates that Parliament has to have the final approval or disapproval over the British government's plan to leave the European Union. Korean Re has been holding discussions with managing agents, turnkey managing agents in Lloyd's, as it works to begin to establish a full syndicate at the London entity. Sources told Insurance Insider that the sole headquartered reinsurer has engaged in early discussions with Asta and Charles Taylor and may also approach other firms. Establishing a syndicate at Lloyd's typically takes 12 months, which means that the new startup would be ready for sometime in January of 2018. Korean Re has made no secret of its ambitions to expand beyond Asia and become a fully fledged international player and the world's third biggest reinsurer by the year 2050. At least 68 people have died after part of a power station being built in China collapsed on Thursday. A cooling tower platform plunged to the ground in the early morning hours of Thursday, trapping an unknown number of people beneath it. Pictures of the scene in Fangcheng City showed a gray mass of concrete, steel girders, and twisted metal splayed in a heap on the ground inside a large round structure. Authorities are still gingerly picking their way through this for fear of triggering some sort of collapse which could kill any remaining survivors. That Hurricane Otto that we were monitoring last week did indeed strike Central America. It came into Costa Rica and Nicaragua as a Category 2 hurricane on the 5-point Saffir-Simpson scale. Otto was the largest hurricane ever recorded in the region. It's probably because of the very warm ocean temperature, which is at 84 degrees Fahrenheit or 29 degrees Celsius. 4 people were killed in Nicaragua. The death toll could have been much worse had the storm not missed major population centers. The storm passed over the largest lake in Central America, Lake Nicaragua. Nepal was struck by a 5.5 earthquake this morning just east of the capital of Katmandu. Experts are saying this is the 475th aftershock from the major 7.8 quake that rocked the area in April of 2015, which killed 9,000 people. Militants have reportedly blown up the Abura oil pipeline operated by the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company in the Delta State area of Nigeria. The pipeline, which is one of the major trunk lines that supplies crude to the Otto Jeremy flow station, was destroyed yesterday morning. There have been no report yet on the delays associated with interruptions of the oil. And that giant sinkhole in Fukuoka, Japan, which was hastily repaired several weeks ago after it manifested itself in the middle of a sprawling urban area, apparently has begun to show signs of movement again. Traffic was stopped over the weekend at the same busy intersection after the road was seen to have sunk some 3 more inches. Earlier this month, the 98-foot wide, 50-foot deep hole suddenly opened, swallowing 5 lanes of traffic. The mayor of Fukuoka said that he had omitted telling the public that sinkholes can in fact reopen themselves. And of course, over the weekend, news came that 90-year-old Fidel Castro had passed away in Cuba. Mr. Castro, of course, led the communist insurrection in 1956 that overthrew the government of Batista and installed a communist regime in Cuba that is there until this day. 9 days of mourning began the day before yesterday in Cuba. Not uncoincidentally, perhaps the first scheduled American Airlines flight from Miami to Havana left Miami International Airport this morning at 7:30 a.m. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.